Alright guys, welcome back to another live stream. Hope you guys are all doing well as always. Um so Bitcoin right now is pumping once again. Okay, and this is um what I was expecting, okay? Bitcoin to, continue to pump up. We saw last night Bitcoin, touching $27,000, and then it in fact, drop back down a little bit, and it did in fact go back down to about $26,500. And early this morning we saw Bitcoin to it did in fact continue to pump up, right? So right now Bitcoin is currently at $27,600. Absolutely amazing to see. The crypto market today is pumping as well. You guys see the global crypto market cap as of right now is currently at 1.18 trillion, almost 1.2 trillion. And it's up 6% today, okay, overall, okay, for the crypto market. So that's amazing to see. So of course, Bitcoin is pumping 5%, Ethereum, same, over 5% as well. Great to see Ethereum, back at $1,800. That's actually amazing to see for Ethereum. So you guys can see Ethereum has in fact been pumping as well. And other altcoins in the market are, pumping. Okay, you guys can see BNB 3%. XRP, same, 3%. Cardano, 5%. Polygon, 4%. Dogecoin, 3.5%. Solana, a whopping 10.7% today. Polkadot, 5%. Litecoin, Shiba Inu, pumping. Avalanche, pumping 8%. Okay, Cosmos, slightly not really moving, but it's still, holding up really well at $13. Chainlink is pumping pretty much 4%. So you guys can clearly see it is in fact another green day today for the crypto market. Okay, but in this video, guys, I really want to talk about becoming a crypto millionaire. Okay, so everyone that's watching this live stream right now, okay, I know you guys want to make that money. I know you guys want to build some type of wealth, okay, with crypto. Okay, because you hear a lot of stories. People becoming, millionaires, making, life-changing money off of, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and whatnot, right? You hear a lot of stories about, Bitcoin becoming, out there, and a lot of people that made a lot of, life-changing money off of Bitcoin, right? And you will also hear stories about people, investing. Let's just say, for example, Shiba Inu, for an example, right? There was a story how someone invested like $10,000 into Shiba Inu when it first came out, right, back in 2020, and at the time it was like pretty low, okay, compared to where it is now. So someone invested like $10,000 into Shiba Inu, and then obviously Shiba Inu pumped, especially back in 2021, right, when we were in fact in a bull market, and they became literally, millionaires, right? And apparently that person became a billionaire. Okay, so you will hear stories like that, right, which is absolutely amazing to hear, of course. And I know for a fact, you guys want to make that money. You guys want to have some type of wealth in your life. You guys want to, escape the matrix, right? You don't want to work at a 9-to-5 job anymore. You don't want to work for anyone anymore. You don't want to, do any of that. You want to have some type of freedom in life, right? And you guys want to make, millions and, just genuinely life-changing money, right? And I really do believe you can do that right now with Bitcoin and crypto, because you guys understand we are still low, right? We are still in a bear market, okay? And, it's still a great time right now to, invest into cryptocurrency, right? It really is. And we are still, Bitcoin, for example, you guys can clearly see Bitcoin is still really, really far off from its previous all-time highs. Okay, we are still down a lot, guys, even though, yes, for the past week or so, Bitcoin has obviously been pumping, okay, but you guys understand, right? You guys can clearly see, yes, if we are in fact, we already hit bottom. You know what I mean? This was in fact Bitcoin's bottom, which was around $15,000 to $16,000 back in November of last year, and even December, right? So that was in fact Bitcoin's bottom, because you guys can clearly see we did in fact have a breakout, okay, and Bitcoin's clearly forming a new pattern right now. So we are, in the right path right now to, reaching $30,000, which is right up here. Okay, I told you guys that many times. This was in fact a resistance line. Now it is a support level. Okay, and Bitcoin's clearly, going in the right path right now to reaching $30,000. Okay. And my prediction was in fact right? At the time last week when this was in fact a resistance line, if we ever saw Bitcoin surpass this line, okay, above this line, which is $24,000, we will clearly see Bitcoin continue to rise up. Okay, so now this is obviously a support level, $24,000. You guys can clearly see Bitcoin did in fact touch it a fair few times right here and right here, and it bounced up. Okay, and you guys can clearly see Bitcoin is slowly, just skyrocketing. Okay, so that's amazing to see for Bitcoin. But yeah, we are still in the accumulation stage, guys. We all should be at least buying and investing and at least dollar cost averaging, okay, into Bitcoin and crypto. This is obviously not financial advice, but you do your own research, of course. But you guys understand it's still a great time right now to buy Bitcoin and invest into crypto. And you guys understand a lot of these altcoins that we are in fact seeing for these prices is cheap. It's really, really, really cheap, right, compared to its previous all-time highs. Cardano at one point was almost at $3, right, back in August in 2021. Now it's currently at 35 cents. Think about that, right? Let's look at something like Solana. Okay, Solana at one point was at like, its all-time high was at like, I think $260, somewhere around there. Okay, back in 2021, and now it's at $22. So you guys understand a lot of these altcoins are really cheap right now. Okay, Avalanche, I remember, was at like over $100, $110 or something around there. Okay, and now it's at $17. Okay, so think about that. So a lot of altcoins are obviously cheap, and a lot of these altcoins will reach its previous all-time highs and reach a new all-time high in the next crypto bull market, guys. Okay, so if you want to make that money with Bitcoin and crypto, this is your time to do it. Okay, and that's why, guys, I've been investing heavy, right, into Bitcoin, into Ethereum, and many more other altcoins. But Bitcoin and Ethereum are in fact my main two investments. Those are the ones that I'm really keeping my eye on to invest in. So I want to show you guys a fair few things. I'm a big believer of history repeating itself. So I think we are in fact in the right path right now. Bitcoin is in fact in the right path on repeating itself on what it did back in 2019, right? And it's the same thing. You guys can clearly see that. So what's going to happen, okay, for 2023 is going to happen what it did in back in 2019. History is going to repeat itself, right? I told you guys many times, I do in fact see Bitcoin reaching $30,000 in the next few weeks, maybe 2 weeks or so, maybe even shorter than that, maybe in the next few days. Who knows, right? Bitcoin has been absolutely pumping. But soon enough, we might actually see Bitcoin, dump back down, maybe to like 26,000, maybe even 25, maybe, right? We will see, okay? Because Bitcoin has been pumping heavy for the past few days, so it's not gonna, continually to pump. But yeah, we'll see. I reckon we will hit that target of $30,000. So, I feel like it's gonna happen really soon. But you guys can clearly see Bitcoin's going to absolutely break above this resistance line like what it did in 2019. Okay, and it pumped all the way up. Okay, you guys can clearly see that. So I feel like, it's in the right path right now to do that. Okay, and we will continue to see Bitcoin pump, okay, this rally up, right? But we could see little rejections every now and then, okay, because it's not always going to shoot up, guys, right? And you guys can clearly see for the past few days, it's been shooting up, okay? So yeah, Bitcoin has been pumping heavy. So be excited about that. But yeah, like I said, Bitcoin right now, our next target is $30,000. And this chart pretty much just shows you guys that, Bitcoin is in fact in the right path right now to reaching that, okay, of hitting $30,000. And obviously it's been quite some time since we have seen Bitcoin reach 30K. The last time we've seen Bitcoin at 30K was back in here, right? Back in May and June of last year. So it's almost been a year around here, right? That was the last time seeing Bitcoin at $30,000. So it's been almost a year now. Time flies. And yeah, I reckon we will see Bitcoin touch 30K really, really, really soon. So yeah, our next target is for sure $30,000. So be excited for that. Be excited for that. Now, yes, we have already hit bottom, like I said. okay, 100%. And you guys can see every time Bitcoin has hit its bottom, it always forms a new pattern every single time. You guys can see that right throughout the years. And Bitcoin looks like right now it's gonna form a new pattern, obviously, and it is, right. It's clearly breaking out. You guys can clearly see that it's clearly breaking out and forming a new pattern, okay, from this downtrend, right, this falling wedge that we have in fact been seeing for a very long time, especially last year in 2022 when we were in fact in a bear market. We still are, right, we're still in a bear market, but you guys can clearly see we are slowly pushing out and just breaking out of this falling wedge. Okay, so Bitcoin's obviously forming a new pattern, and this right here was the bottom. Okay, so we pretty much already hit bottom. I don't see Bitcoin going back down to lower than $20,000. I don't see Bitcoin going back down to $19,000, $17,000, $16,000, even 15. I really don't, right? So it's looking good for Bitcoin. Okay, this is literally the beginning of the next pattern right now. So that's great. That's great. So yeah, we already hit bottom. And I want to show you guys this. So clearly, we are obviously in the buy era right now because, we are in fact at its low. Okay, Bitcoin already hit bottom already, and now it's forming a new pattern. So you guys understand right now is in fact the buying opportunity right now. Okay, and we should have already been buying when Bitcoin was at, $20,000. Okay, even $18,000, $17,000, $16,000. Okay, I've been telling you guys to buy Bitcoin, okay, at those price levels. I even bought Bitcoin at those price levels, right? On my main channel, I made a lot of videos talking about this, okay? And, I repeat myself a lot of, most of the time. I understand that, but I feel like I have to, you know what I mean? I feel like it's like really important. But yeah, I feel like we all should have been buying, accumulating, and of course, most importantly, dollar cost averaging at $16,000 to even $20,000. And if you guys didn't, if you're watching this right now and you guys didn't accumulate or dollar cost average yet, and you want to invest into Bitcoin because you guys see it's pumping, I know that feeling, right? There's FOMO in you right now. Okay, there's FOMO in you right now. I understand that. Honestly, I would legit still start dollar cost averaging. Okay, because Bitcoin will eventually reach, $30,000. Okay, and of course it's going to go higher than that. I think Bitcoin, this year in 2023 is going to, skyrocket to, $40,000 to even potentially $50,000 sometime this year in 2023, 100%, right? So buying, starting to accumulate Bitcoin at, above $25,000, that's okay. You know what I mean? It's never too late, right? You can never really time the market as well, guys, right? That's why we dollar cost average. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, obviously, guys, you want to buy low, sell high. Okay, a lot of people out there when they're investing into not just Bitcoin and crypto, but any other market or asset. Okay, they like to buy things when it's pumping. Okay, and I know for a fact if you guys didn't invest into Bitcoin yet and it's been pumping, I know for a fact you guys have that feeling of missing out, right, on something. Okay, so I don't think it's still too late. You can still buy Bitcoin, like I said, okay, at $27,000. But obviously, it would have been way better when you bought Bitcoin at $20,000, for example, all the way down here. Okay, and we were literally just there, literally a week ago. Okay, we were literally just at 20K. Now Bitcoin's at $27,600, so it's pumping, right? But hey, it's never too late. So yeah, like what I was saying, a lot of people like to buy when everything is pumping, but that's not the case here, guys. You want to buy when everything is crashing, when it's in the reds, when it's dipping and whatnot. That's when you want to buy, guys. You don't want to buy when it's pumping, right? Don't FOMO in, guys. Trust me. Okay, it's not the way to go. A lot of people, I reckon, back in 2021 when Bitcoin was at $40,000 to $50,000, I reckon a lot of people had that FOMO and just bought in. And imagine, right? We know what happened last year in 2022. Bitcoin dropped massively, and I reckon a lot of people panicked. Okay, so they panic sold their Bitcoin and then lost money, right? That is not the way to do it, guys, right? You want to buy when everything is low, okay? And right now we are obviously, okay, at the bottom, okay, from Bitcoin's previous all-time high. So obviously we are still in the buying area. we all should be at least, accumulating. At least we are still in the accumulation stage right now. Okay, so we all should be buying. And when we see Bitcoin, pump up, if you want to take your profits, it's optional. Okay, if you want to take your profits, go for it. Right, I'm for sure going to be taking some of my profits. Okay, off of the money that I make with crypto. So in the next crypto bull market, I'm for sure going to be taking some profits, 100%. Right, it's just the way to do it. So yeah, you guys can clearly see that, right? Buy low and sell high. It's really simple. Okay, buy low, sell high. And yeah, Bitcoin is for sure gonna be making new millionaires, okay, in the next crypto bull market, because I think Bitcoin is gonna reach 300k to even 400k in the next crypto bull market, 100%, right? So the next bull run's gonna happen. We know the Bitcoin halving event is right around the corner. It's gonna happen, in the year 2024, okay, which is next year. Okay, so exactly 1 year from now, we should potentially see Bitcoin reach a new all-time high really soon, right? Maybe towards the end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025. Okay, either way, we're gonna see Bitcoin reach 100k, 200k, 300k, right, in the next crypto bull market. Call me crazy, I don't care. And I think Bitcoin can go as high as maybe over $400,000. I think that's very possible for Bitcoin, right, in the next crypto bull market. It's gonna absolutely shoot up, guys, like crazy, right? Like what it did in 2020, right? You guys can see towards the end of the year 2020, okay, it pumped, okay, and then of course we know what happened in 2021, right? So be excited for that, guys. Be excited for that. But yeah, Bitcoin is for sure in the right path right now to, absolutely just skyrocket. So be excited for that. And I know for a fact, like I said, Bitcoin's for sure going to be, creating new millionaires, making new millionaires for sure. There's going to be new Bitcoin millionaires, crypto millionaires in the future. So, I'm for sure going to be one of them. I know for a fact with the money that I have invested into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many other altcoins. But like I said earlier in this video, Bitcoin and Ethereum are in fact my two main investments. I'm for sure going to be making some life-changing money. Okay, and I really am, right? I already am making some decent amount of money with Bitcoin, especially right now because it's been pumping, right? I bought some Bitcoin when Bitcoin. Let me just show you guys. So I've been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin for a while, right? And I bought some Bitcoin when it was at like $16,000 to even $15,000. Okay, I remember. So I'm just glad that I invested into Bitcoin at this time right here, back in November and December. And this was obviously Bitcoin's bottom. Okay, it was. And even then, I've been, dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin for a very long time, right? I'm not gonna lie. So that's that. I just know with my investments so far with Bitcoin, I'm gonna, it's gonna turn into some life-changing money for sure. Especially if Bitcoin's gonna be reaching 300k per Bitcoin, 400k per Bitcoin. I'm gonna be laughing. Like I'm gonna be making some life-changing money. Okay, and if you're asking, right, am I gonna be taking some profits? Of course, right? I eventually will. But yeah, I'm for sure gonna be taking some profits. So yeah, when Bitcoin, does reach, you know, 200k, even 300k, 400k, I know for a fact a lot of people are gonna become new millionaires right off of Bitcoin, 100%, and not just Bitcoin, but Ethereum and of course other altcoins, right? You never know nowadays. A lot of altcoins can absolutely explode. Out of nowhere, Solana. I remember Solana back in 2021 just exploded out of nowhere. Okay, and a lot of people were hyped about it, and there was a lot of hype around Solana at the time. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, I found it into Solana, right? When Solana was at like $60 to $70, I bought in, because everyone was just talking about it. And I remember another altcoin, it was actually a gaming crypto coin, and it just absolutely exploded. It was Axie Infinity. Matter of fact, let me just show you guys. Because Axie Infinity, I remember back in 2021, absolutely pumped like crazy, and it's dropped a lot now, right? You guys can clearly see that. Look, at one point, right, back in June of 2021, Axie Infinity was literally just at a couple dollars, like $3 to $4 right here. And then it went all the way up to literally $157, almost 160 per coin. Okay. And that was its all-time highs. And then you guys can clearly see it just absolutely dropped right now. Okay. So if you guys really think about it, it's a great time right now to buy Axie Infinity. Okay. It really is. I have been buying this altcoin a fair bit, but not too much. You know what I mean? Not too much. But yeah, it was crazy at the time because I remember seeing this coin at like $10 and whatnot, and then it just absolutely kept going up. You know what I mean? It just kept going up. So yeah, it was crazy at the time. It really was. But yeah, I'm excited, guys. I hope you guys are in fact excited as well for the next crypto bull market, because I know, you know, new millionaires will in fact be made, guys, for sure. So be excited for that, 100%. And that's why, you know, I've been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin and other altcoins and whatnot, right? So yeah. But yeah, Bitcoin so far it's holding up really well. We're gonna see what happens in the next few days and whatnot, even the next few hours, because I reckon we will in fact see a little rejection for Bitcoin, 100%. You know, it's gonna like slowly go back down and whatnot, because like I said, it's not always gonna shoot up, guys, right? It's it's really volatile. I ain't gonna lie, Bitcoin is really volatile. Crypto, the entire market is pretty volatile. I ain't gonna lie, but so far, for the past few days, right, like 3 days straight, we've been pumping. I ain't gonna lie, we haven't seen a dip yet, right? Clearly, you guys can clearly see that. It's like literally just an uptrend right now forming, right? And even for the past few days, ever since, you know, March 13th, like I said, you guys can clearly see that we have just been going up, right? Look at that. So this rally up is potentially going to continue up, potentially. Also another thing I want to show you guys is the Fin Greed Index right now. So you guys can clearly see the Fin Greed Index, and it's been a while since we have seen this at 64. Okay, back in greed mode. Okay, we were in greed mode, you know, a couple weeks ago. Okay, but then we went back to, you know, neutral, and then we went back to fear mode. Okay, at one point, because Bitcoin, you know, was dropping right at the time. Okay, like 2 weeks ago. But right now, it absolutely spiked up. Right now, we're at 64. Okay, the Fin Greed Index is showing 64, which means we're obviously in the clear greens and we're in greed mode right now. Okay, so a lot of people are in fact being greedy. Okay, literally just yesterday, we're literally at 51 and it spiked up all the way to 64. So clearly, you know, it's looking pretty good. Okay, so you guys can see right now we are obviously in greed. Yesterday, we were in fact at 51, which is neutral. You guys understand, like every time this touches 55, like right in the middle, okay, every time it touches 55, that's when we're in greed. Okay, if it's at like 54, then we're in neutral, right? So every time it, you know, touches 55 or goes past 55, we'll be in greed mode, right? So yeah, last week you guys can clearly see we were in fact in fear mode at 33, which is somewhere around here. Okay, and last month we were in fact in greed at 62. So this is the new high for the Fin Greed Index, okay, of 64 right now. Okay, so that's amazing to see, because, you know, it's been quite some time since we have seen this Fin Greed Index, you know, over 60, especially at 64. So it's great to see, you know what I mean? It's really amazing to see, and that's because obviously a lot of people have in fact been buying into Bitcoin and whatnot, especially during this time, because with banks shutting down, collapsing and whatnot, you know, we know what's been happening right around banks and whatnot. They've just been shutting their doors, going bankrupt, collapsing. And it's funny because Bitcoin is pumping on the other hand, right, while banks are collapsing. So that obviously tells you something, right? Clearly, that a lot of people realize where Bitcoin is heading, the technology behind it, why Bitcoin was created at the first place. and people are just moving the money into Bitcoin instead of their banks, right? Because they just don't trust banks no more, I guess, right? Because banks just it's not been looking too good for banks, right? They're collapsing, going bankrupt and whatnot. So Bitcoin is the way to go, and that's why Bitcoin has in fact been pumping, because there's obviously a lot of heavy buying going on right now with Bitcoin, right? So that's why it's been pumping, and that's why we have continually been seeing Bitcoin pump, right? So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why, guys. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to cover in this video. But yeah, new millionaires will for sure be made in the next crypto bull market, 100%. Mark my words on that, right? 100%. So be excited for that, guys. I hope you guys are in fact excited. For all my Bitcoin holders out there that is in fact watching this live stream right now, be excited, okay? If you guys are in fact watching this video, be excited, accumulate more, buy more, and hodl, okay? Hodl away. Diamond hands, shit. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream here. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. And yeah, hope you guys have a blessed day.